Hey everybody, this is Rob Vegas. I'm checking in from Melbourne, Australia, and we're back here with another one of your favorite all-time live streams, which is Rob Vegas checking in from Melbourne, Australia. We've got a few things to cover. If you're not here to join me live, we can always go over it another time. So no worries there. Of course, a big shout out loud to everyone out there and a big Merry Christmas and best wishes to everyone moving forward for the new year. So let's see what we do have to cover. And the first thing, of course, is I've written an agenda. I did this last time and that seemed to work. So happy with that. Now, big news is we had a new Assemble the Troops video drop today. Super excited about that. It's Gung Ho from 1992. So get on board if you haven't already and check it out. It's a real ripper, and I'm sure you'll want to tell your friends about it. So, yeah, it's there on the Rob Vegas Assemble the Troops channel. What else are we doing? So I can cross that off. So basically with Gung Ho, my 1992 Gung Ho, let's have a look at him for a second. And I covered this in the video, so if you've already watched it, you can probably tune out at the moment. But my original 1992 Gung Ho somehow ended up in this complete state of disrepair, we'll call it. So O-ring seems to be in good shape, so that's a win. Arms are good. No broken thumbs there, none of that. Excellent. Head sculpt, I had to touch him up with a Sharpie on his headband. Perfect. This goes rocket launcher. And the rocket. Let's check in with that. Yep, there's the rocket launcher and the rocket. Whoosh. And that's probably going behind the desk. But of course, he's missing his body. He doesn't have his torso. So the back piece and the chest piece are missing. So I had to go down the route of getting a replacement Gung Ho. So I ended up just getting a whole brand new figure and, vainly hoping that in the future sometime, as we go through our part boxes and things like that, I find the rest of the bits for my OG original Gung Ho that I got. Now, we do have a 1983 Gung Ho kicking around somewhere, so we'll have to bust him out at some stage. But to cut a long story short, we got this replacement 1992 Gung Ho. Hey, it's Phil. Yo, dude. Yeah, we're just rocking it live just for a bit of Friday night fun. All good, man. Always great to get a hell yeah, man. You can't go wrong with that. Hell yeah, right back at you, buddy. Yeah. Speaking of Phil, now that's another thing on my agenda. So, cross off Gung Ho. Oh, thank you, sir. You're too kind. Speaking of Phil, I want to give him a big shout out loud, and quite a few other people a big shout out loud for this massive streamathon event that was on the weekend on Sunday, I believe. And we've got to give it a shout out loud, and I'll pop links in the whatever it is description box below to all of these awesome channels that participated. Of course, there is our good friend Phil at Treasures for Trigger. We have Adam at Go Figure. We have Toy Connections. We've got Gaz, absolute dead set legend Gaz. We've got the Island of Misfits Toy Collectors, Hans Chow, Matthew Constop, Kelly Slaughter. Speaking of Slaughter, we got Zazel at Sergeant Slaughter's Slaughterhouse as well, who brought the whole thing together from what I know. And of course, as I mentioned, Phil at Treasures for Trigger. And I've been waiting a while to do this. Yo, Brendan, what's up, man? Thanks for dropping by. Yeah, we're just chopping through some very quick agenda items on the old list here. So, yeah, all good, man. Hope you're doing well. And, yeah, cheers for dropping by for a quick visit. And, yeah, no obligation to stay or go or whatever. It's all good, my friend. All right, next up is, of course, on the list we have coming up is Phil. Speaking of Treasures for Trigger, great channel, great dude, really awesome mate. Phil's World Cup. Now we're at the pointy end of this, so actually, bear with me. Of December, am I still on? Yeah, right. So, yeah, Phil's World Cup, 18th of December. That is going to be Sunday, depending on your time zone. Now, we've got Argentina versus France, and that means it's Kelly versus Wilhelm. Am I correct on that? And it's going to be at the Lusail Stadium in Qatar. So that's going to be a hell of a game. So stay tuned for that. And yeah, it should be a hell of a thing. And many thanks and a big old hell yeah and a big old shout it out loud to our friend Phil for organizing the sweepstakes. And live on tape from Hollywood, we have R2D1. How are you, good sir? Awesome to have you on the show, my friend. So thanks for dropping by. Yeah, Mitch missed much really. It's just been going through a few agenda items, and yeah, here we are. We did have we're on the week, and yeah, just covered a couple of other agenda items and things like that. So yeah, going back a step, Phil's World Cup, Argentina versus France. Wow, cool, man. How good's that? That is awesome, dude. Wow. It is great picking up those little bits and bobs that, you know, like you might have seen them at the shops and things like that back in the day when you're growing up and you're like, man, I really dig that. And you just never got it. And yeah, it's great just finally connecting with it. And it's such a buzz when you can, you know, random dudes down. And I got these guys, or these girls, I should say, and Funko Pop, and it's Scarlet and the Baroness. Yeah. not sure what to do with them. I might. I got them dirt cheap. And yeah, I'm not really sure what to do with them because yeah, like they're good display pieces and things like that. But I might put them on my Christmas auction to raise money for the shelter, or also known as the Australian Animal Protection Society. So we've already raised about $50 for them this December. So we've gone with we've auctioned a couple of weasels and a few other figures on eBay and a few other channels, and we've donated some money to help out our buddy Zazel at Sergeant Slaughter's Slaughterhouse, and we've also donated the rest of the profits to our friends at the animal shelter because, of course, this time of year there's like a lot of kittens and cats and things that don't get homes, and they just need food. And, very, long time cat owner. That's something that I really just am 110% in. So yeah, if I figure out what we shall send them to another home, and with the hope that we can send a lot of cats and kittens to a forever home where they can meet their new families and things like that. So I'll keep you posted on that, and yeah, shout it out loud with any questions that you might have about that. Okay, next up, we want to give a big sorry R2D1 with the old 28k bandwidth here in Australia has its good days and its bad days, so I do apologize if we are breaking up. So yeah, my sincere apologies there, my friend. What we're going to do is, speaking of shouting it out loud and giving stuff a hell yeah, is we've got to wish our good friend Joe Ricondo Rondo a happy birthday for this week. So yeah, if you're in touch with him, yeah, give him a high five from me and a good old high five from yourself, and a big old happy birthday, because he's a great dude and someone you should really get in touch with, and he's a fan of the show, and yeah, just a great dude to be in touch with. So yeah, happy birthday, Joe. Next up, we are gonna. So I do have Motor Viper. He's on standby at the moment because he's going to be doing a bit of rally driving over Christmas, and maybe even a pimp my ride kind of show. So I'll get you to stand by on that one. Like, I think he's out there at the moment preparing some cars and things. So Motor Viper, we'll have to keep an eye out for him. So that's going to be interesting to see. We've got some figure stands here. That's right. So it looks like poker chips. And boy, do we have a lot of these suckers. Working out whose figure stand is whose. So I get set myself an impossible task, but given what we're about 2.5 years into assembling the troops. Yes, R2 RTD1 Yes. I actually had here at the Rob Vegas Technology, would you believe, RTD1, we had Airwave get into a brawl on the Rob Vegas Technology desk. And yeah, Airwave and Motor Viper, couldn't they couldn't stand the sight of each other. They were like just throwing, and it was all sorts of trouble. So yeah, I've had to really distance them. Like Motor Viper, like I said, I've sent him out rallying the cars, and yeah, Airwave, he just keeps a real low profile, and it happens. It's one of those things. So you just got to look out for it. And yeah, Motor Viper wasn't happy. He's a grumpy guy. Like he's a quiet man, but yeah, you don't want to knock his drink over. That's for sure. Now, um, 22, that is upon us. So I wish you out there Merry Christmas and a great time, and stay safe, and look after yourselves over the holiday season. Just bear with me, something's gone wrong there. Yes, Brendan, for everyone, and just look after yourselves, and enjoy some time off if you can get it, and relax. So bring it on. I've got a couple of tigers in the tank, so I'll drop some